Good morning, hello, and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by other historians, but mainly things we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the smart device application Today in History, What Happened Today in History, Historical Calendar, and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources and music done by Carrera and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am Alexander, and you are you. Today is Freya's Day, aka Friday, March 10th, 2023. Let's jump into the history today, shall we? Starting us off in 241 BC, during the First Punic War. Battle of the Agates Islands, the Romans sunk the Carthaginian fleet, bringing the First Punic War to an end. Oh wow, so this is the end of the First Punic War. Okay. Then we're going to jump on up, doing a pretty significant time jump here, roughly 1700 years, to the Dutch Rebellion in 1578. Queen Elizabeth I of England gave Johann Casimir £20,000 to aid Dutch rebellion. So to aid the rebellion, not fight against it. Because, yeah, like, you know, the crown wanted the Netherlands again or something, I don't know. Anyway, 1629, English King Charles I dissolved Parliament for the fourth time in his reign, summoned a new Parliament 11 years later, only to be dissolved after 3 months. Wow, Pencilhead, you know, you gotta figure things out, man, you know? Like, you're putting all this time and effort into ending and restarting the same thing over and over. You're not going to be known for anything else other than being a pencilhead, you know? Come on. 1661, King Louis XIV began his personal rule of France after the death of his chief minister, Cardinal Mazarin. Ah, and that mustache is very French. It's like, you know, drawn. It looks like a Nike symbol, actually. It's like somebody just drew the Nike, you know, check mark on his upper lip. 1762, French Huguenot Jean Calais, who was wrongfully convicted of killing his son, died after being tortured by authorities. The event inspired Voltaire to begin a campaign for religious tolerance and legal reform. Oh, wow. So, yeah, we spoke about this yesterday. Like, several years later, like, what was it, 3 years later, I believe? Really fast, actually, surprisingly fast, how they rectified that situation. Something like that happens today, it might never get rectified, let alone in 3 years. You know, 10 would be quick. We got Abraham Lincoln's patent. That's right. 1849, Abraham Lincoln applied for a patent. He was the only president to do so, for a device to lift a boat over shoals and obstructions. Well, all right, you know, Lincoln, like, being the skilled craftsman that he is, like, didn't he, like, build his own log cabin or something? So, oh, here we go. 1876, the first telephone call, Alexander Graham Bell said, "Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you," to his assistant, Thomas Watson, via the telephone. So the first actual, you know, transmission through telephone. Yeah. Anyway, we got a boxing title fight in 1888. Heavyweight boxing champion John L. Sullivan drew Charlie Mitchell in 30 rounds. All right. I think it came to a draw. So, like, draws, Charlie. So, nobody won, nobody lost. But I want to go back to this telephone thing, because, like, I do know that there's at least one other person, you know, same argument I make with the Wright brothers with flying. There are other people who broke through those inventions beforehand, but the people we know, the Wright brothers, Alexander Graham Bell, you know, Edison, like, they got the media, you know, so those who gets the media get the record, you know. Anyway, what is this? 1900, regents for the King of Uganda and leading chiefs signed a treaty with Great Britain agreeing to the organization of the government, taxation, courts, military, and other functions of their country, which is under British protection. Ah, so you mean British occupation. I see. We got some film and TV history. 1902, a United States Court of Appeals ruled that Thomas Edison did not invent the movie camera. Booyah! Right in your face, Edison. You fucking thief. May you rot in hell. 1906, first performance of Maurice Ravel's Sonatine by pianist Paul de Lestang in Lyon, France. All right. And we got some sports history in 1920s. Or in 1920, NHL's Quebec NHL's Quebec Bulldog Joe Malone scored 6 goals versus Ottawa Senators. And I can feel a sneeze coming on, so give me a moment. All right, I am back. Sorry about that. No, stop it. All right. Here we go. Moving on up to 1925, Walter Mittelhauser was the first to fly over Mount Dimwind in Ireland. Ireland. What? Mount Dimwind in Iran. Well, all right, that's cool. 1927, Bavaria lifted ban on Adolf Hitler's speeches. That's not a good idea, Bavaria. Not a good idea at all. Got some more sports history. 1934, U.S. Men's Figure Skating Championship was won by Roger Turner. It looks like he's wearing a checkerboard on his, sweater. So, it's an interesting style there. 1938, Jezebel film premiere, directed by William Wyler, starring Betty Davis and Henry Fonda, from the play by Owen Davis. Alright. I have another sneeze coming. 1 second, sorry. It really makes me think, like, what happens when an anchor needs to sneeze? Do they ever need to sneeze on air? Like, have they ever sneezed on air? Like, how much drugs and concoctions, like, do they pump into their system before they get on camera so they can just be there with, like, little to no, sneezing or coughing or, anything that's not just, like, straight up just, production, here's the news, here's the this, here's the that, talk show, Because people are people. Anyway, 1938, 10th Academy Award. I wonder how many people have farted live on air. Anyway, 10th Academy Awards, The Life of Emile Zola, Spencer Tracy, and Luis Rayner won. Alright. And we're talking about the firebombing of Tokyo yet again. 1945, the deadliest air raid of World War II set Tokyo on fire after nighttime B-29 bombings. More than 100,000 people die, mostly civilians. That is unfortunate, but killing civilians wins wars. It's not the soldiers growing the food and doing all the transport. The soldiers are fighting the other soldiers. You want to really hurt the soldiers, don't shoot the soldiers, bomb the factories. So that really makes me think about, certain things like, last year all of those processing plants got destroyed, and then now we're having all of these train derailments. Things are happening. 1945, Field Marshal Albert Kessering succeeded Gerd von Rundstedt as commander of German Army Command in the West. Alright. While that was going on, George S. Patton's 3rd U.S. Army made contact with General Courtney Hodges' 1st U.S. Army. Okay. So the 1st and 3rd. What happened to the 2nd? I guess they met in the middle? I don't know. Anyway, we got the 5th Golden Globes in 1948. Gentleman's Agreement, Ronald Colman and Roseanne Russell won. Okay. 1951, FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover declined post of baseball commissioner. So he was going to be, they wanted him as the baseball commissioner. That's weird. What's with baseball commissioners in the FBI? That's strange. Got a Cuban coup d'etat, 1952, military coup led by General Fulgencio Batista in Cuba. Yep. And, that lasted until, the 60s? Until Fidel Castro took power. So, yep. Anyway, getting back into some sports history here. 1959, Dorothy Komisky Rigney sold her 54% share of MLB Chicago White Sox to Bill Veeck for a reported $27 million. Wow. Hold on a second. 1 million, 1959. 1,000 million, 1959. 10 million, so 10 and a quarter million today, so let's see here, and that's what, 27 million, so let's see, 10.25 times 27 equals, it would be $276,750,000, or, well, maybe not that much, but still, real ballpark estimate there, but that's a lot of money. 1959 as well, Tennessee Williams' Sweet Bird of Youth premiered in New York City. Alright. 1 year later, 1960, the 17th Golden Globes, Ben-Hur, Anthony Francois, and Elizabeth Taylor won. Okay. 1960 as well, French-Italian crime film Purple Noon premiered, starring Alain Delon, Directed by Renee Clement, based on the novel The Talented Mr. Ripley by Patricia Highsmith. All right, a lot of people involved in that. 1963, MLB infielder Pete Rose debuted with Cincinnati at spring training in Tampa, Florida, hit his first 2 at-bats. Nice. While that was going on, the San Francisco Warriors center Wilt Chamberlain scored 70 points in 163 to 148 defeat in 2 Syracuse Nationals at Onondaga War Memorial. Onondaga. Okay. We got an album released in 1967, I Never Loved a Man the Way I Love You, U.S. singer Aretha Franklin's 10th overall studio album, and first on Atlantic Records was released. Oh man, good old Aretha Franklin, currently the target of the woke mob, for one of her songs, the trans community is up in arms about. He's something else, so... Anyway, 1969, James Earl Ray pled guilty to the murder of Martin Luther King Jr. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I hope we set this guy on fire and let him suffer, because complications related to kidney disease and liver failure caused by hepatitis C. Good. So, anyway, music recording, 1970, Barbra Streisand recorded The Singer and I Can Do It. All right. Well, yes, you can, I guess. 1975, John Lennon released single Stand By Me, a cover of Ben E. King's song from 1961. Huh. Got a television premiere in 1978, The Incredible Hulk, starring Bill Bixby as David Banner, premiered on CBS. I thought it's David Banner, not Bruce. I thought it was Bruce Banner. Oh, I guess David Banner might be the dad. Yeah, Lou Ferrigno, don't forget, he played as the Hulk. They just painted him up in green paint. 1982, the 8th People's Choice Awards, Burt Reynolds, Sally Field, and Jane Fonda won for motion picture, and Alan Alda and Barbara Mandrell won for television. Alright. Got a historic event, 1982, U.S. President Ronald Reagan proclaimed economic sanctions against Libya. Huh. Getting back into sports, 1986, Ernie Lombardi, National League MVP in 1938, and Bobby Doerr were elected to Hall of Fame. Nice. So that only took, 50 years. Yeah, 50, 48 if you want to be specific. But yeah. 1988, avalanche at Swiss ski resort Klosters nearly killed Prince Charles. Oh. Dang. 1988, New York Islanders celebrate Mike Bossy Night. Oh, alright. 1990, Men's Figure Skating Championship in Halifax was won by Kurt Browning, Canada. Alright, cool. Got a music concert here. 1991, Rock for the Rainforest benefit concert was held at Carnegie Hall in New York City. Performers included Sting, Elton John, Gilberto Gil, Antonio Carlos Jobim, and Caetano Veloso. Okay. 6 Soul Train Music Awards in 1992. Natalie Cole, Color Me Bad, won. 22nd People's Choice Awards in 1996. Tom Hanks and Demi Moore won Dramatic Motion Picture. That has to be Castaway, I think. And Tim Allen and Candice Bergen win with TV. I believe that's once again Home Improvement. So we got a television premiere here. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, created by Joss Whedon and starring Sarah Michael Gellar, premiered on WB Television Network on this date in 1997. And while that was going on, the PalmPilot, as developed by Jeffrey Hawkins, was released. Oh, wow. So on the same day, we get Buffy the Vampire Slayer and the PalmPilot. Look at that. I had no idea those two had a correlation, but hey, this is why I do the show. It's really good stuff here. 2003, the 18th Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees, AC/DC, The Clash, Elvis Costello, and The Attractions, The Police, The Righteous Brothers, Benny Benjamin, Floyd Kramer, Steve Douglas, and Mo Ostin. Huh. 2007, the 21st Soul Train Music Awards, Jeremy Dupree, Jennifer Hudson won. Alright. 23rd Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees in 2008 included Leonard Cohen, the Dave Clark Five, Madonna, John Mellencamp, The Ventures, Little Water, Kelly Gamble, and Leon Huff. Nice. Got some more music history. 2009, Billy Corgan testified in front of Congress on behalf of the Music First Coalition in support of the H.R. 848, the Performance Rights Act. So what is that? HR 848. Let's take a look. Just for hee-haws. Performance Right Act. Yeah. Grant performers of sound recordings equal rights to compensation from terrestrial broadcasters, AF and FM radio, and to modify the circumstances under which the public performance of a sound recording is subject to statutory licensing. Alright, so I'm just going to add the link to this in the underbar of the description for further reading if anyone does so wish. Stop it. There we go. Alright. Anyway, we're going to move on up to 2010. Carlos Slim became the first Mexican and person from an emerging economy to top the Forbes richest person list with net worth of $53.5 billion US dollars. Wow. Yeah, I remember that. That this Mexican guy just came out of nowhere, and I have a feeling he has a lot of heavy ties to the cartel. So 2010 as well, Norris World Sports Awards, Emirates Palace, Abu Dhabi, UAE, United Arab Emirates. Sportsman Usain Bolt and sportswoman Serena Williams team Braun F1 team. All right. And I don't know why I see Usain. I always read it as Eurasian. Like, I don't know. I don't understand. Like, maybe I'm dyslexic. Anyway, we got an election of interest here. 2013, Aung San Suu Kyi is re-elected leader of the Burmese National League for Democracy. Okay. 1 year later, 2014, German Chancellor Angela Merkel warned Russia's Vladimir Putin that making Crimea part of Russia is illegal and in violation of Ukraine's constitution. Well, at least she had something right. 365 days later, again, 2015, See You Again, released by Wiz Khalifa, featuring Charlie Puth, commissioned by Film Furious 7 as tribute to Paul Walker, later received the Billboard Song of the Year 2015. Alright. While that was going on, the family of Marvin Gaye won a record $7.3 million lawsuit for music copyright infringement against Robin Thicke, Pharrell Williams, and T.I. Wow. Good. 2017, South Korean judges upheld Parliament's decision to impeach President Park Geun-hye. Okay. Yep. Yeah, anyway, 2020, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo deployed the National Guard to New Rochelle after 1 mile radius zone established as 108 cases of COVID-19 were detected. Oh, God, Cuomo. Blech. 2020, Russian lower house of parliament passed legislation to allow Vladimir Putin to hold office of president for life. Well, that's the dictator, isn't it? It's not a president. So, anyway, 2020 double as well. During the COVID-19 pandemic, 3 months into this, Chinese President, what was his name? Winnie the Pooh, finally traveled to Wuhan, epicenter of the outbreak, as the rate of daily new infections declined in China, falls to 19 new cases and 17 deaths. 1 year later, we got an appointment of interest. 2021, Merrick Garland confirmed as U.S. Attorney General by U.S. Senate. All right. And, oh wow, 2021, video gaming platform Roblox went public on the New York Stock Exchange, valued at $45 billion. Holy crap, dude. And last I heard, Roblox owns Discord. And recently Discord has made some very questionable alterations to their EULA. So we might not be using Discord in the not too distant future. Anyway, before we move on to the Burst and Deaths, audience, were there any articles that grabbed your attention more than most? Anything you wish we had elaborated more about? Anything you would have liked to say had you been here? Start dialogue down in the comments section. Anyway, starting us off in 415 in Burst, we have Vasily II, the Blind, Grand Prince of Moscow from 1425 through 62, died in 1462. And then who's this Lord Farquaad-looking guy here? Ferdinand II of Aragon, 1452, was a king of Aragon, 1479 through 1516, and the king of Naples from 1504 through 16, born in Sada Palace, Sauce, Aragon. Alright. We also have Kate Shepherd, 1847, New Zealand suffragette and most prominent member of New Zealand's women's suffrage movement, born in Liverpool, England. Well, alright, cool. Lillian Wald, born on this date in 1867, was a U.S. pioneering nurse and social activist who started U.S. community nursing with the Henry Street Settlement in New York City, born in Cincinnati, Ohio. All right, and died in 1940. So, is that her hair or is that a hat? Like, that's wild. So, we have Arthur Honegger, 1892, was a Swiss composer, King David, Pacific 231, born in Le Havre, France, died in 1955. And then we have James Earl Ray, 1928, U.S. assassin of Martin Luther King Jr., born in Alton, Illinois. All right. Well, he died today, right? Like, or this is when he admitted, or something. Actually, let me check something here. Yeah, no, April. Yeah. Anyway, Sepp Blatter. What? Sepp Blatter. That's not much better. He's 87 today, born on this date in 1936. He is a Swiss sports administrator, president of FIFA from 1998 through 2015, later banned for corruption, born in Visp, Switzerland. So he was, not is, he was corruption. Wow. Huh. Chuck Norris, happy birthday, 1940. U.S. martial arts actor, missing in action. The Expendables, I think the second one he was in there. A lot of action movies. Let's not forget, his most famous role, Walker, Texas Ranger. Born in Rianna, Oklahoma. Man, he does not look the same without his beard. Like, bro, put your beard back on. Come on. I mean, dude, he's not supposed to have a chin. It's supposed to be another fist. Come on. Anyway, we got Kim Campbell, 76 today, 1947, Canada's first female prime minister and 19th overall in 1993, born in Port Alberni, British Columbia. So she only served 1 year. I wanted to ask this earlier. There's a lot more than you think, but there's not as much as you'd like. First female, heads of state. First female this, first female that, and I don't know. It seems like very close to half, maybe over it, end up going corrupt and all that stuff. I don't know. It's not a good history. Anyway, Osama bin Laden, born on this date in 1957, was an Islamic militant and founder of Al Qaeda, born in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Not surprising. Died in 2011, or so they say. Sharon Stone, 1958, U.S. actress, Basic Instinct, Silver, and Casino, born in Meadville, Pennsylvania. We also have Little Miss Alice, but bitch puddin'.
Can you hear me?
No, I can't hear you.
Gosh darn it. Of course. I can hear myself in your background.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I'm just going to kind of sit and observe and just respond to things. Because my phone's being glitchy, so...
Well, we're in bursts now, and we're in 1964. Whoa. Prince Edward, is 59 today. He's a Prince of Britain and son of Elizabeth II, born in Buckingham Palace, London.
Is this the same Edward from the Lolita Express?
I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, that's
ostracized
from the family. I don't know. Yeah, we'll get in that. But yeah, happy birthday.
You did miss a couple other ones. Today's birthday of Osama bin Laden.
What?
Chuck Norris.
What?
James Earl Ray. Let's see.
No. But Chuck Norris?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Chuck Norris. Yeah. So, anyway.
Oh, that's fucking wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's next?
Let's see here. Who's next? John Hamm, 52 today, born on this date in 1971. He is a U.S. actor, Mad Men, Don Draper, born in St. Louis, Missouri. All right.
Oh, damn. Hey, I'll be right back, all right? I got another customer.
We got Carrie Underwood, 1983, U.S. Grammy Award-winning country singer-songwriter, Cowboy Casanova, born in Muskogee, Oklahoma. He's 40 today. We also have Olivia Wilde, 1984, a U.S. actress and filmmaker, House and Booksmart, born in New York City. She's 39 today. Emily Armstead, 31 today, 1992, U.S. actress, Hannah Montana, and singer for Spy Kids, born in Los Angeles, California. Ugh. Hannah Montana was born out here. Ugh. We got Bad Bunny, 1994, Puerto Rican rapper and singer-songwriter, YHLQMDLG, whatever the hell that means. Born in Almirante Sur, Puerto Rico. He is 29 today. Happy birthday. Moving on to the deaths. Starting us off in 37 AD, we have Tiberius. Was a Roman emperor from 1480 through 37 AD. Died at the age of 78, which is really up there for back then. We also have Harriet Tubman. Oh, man. Either 1822... Oh, no, that was her birth. Died on this date in 1913. Wow. Was a U.S. abolitionist, former slave and humanitarian, Underground Railroad. Died at about 91. The birth date is uncertain, but the death date is known. And she did a lot, for the Underground Railroad and fleeing slaves and everything. She is a national hero and a treasure. We also have Konstantin Chernenko. In 1985, was the General Secretary of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union from 1984 through 85, died of emphysema at 73. Ray Milland, 1986, Welsh actor, The Lost Weekend Academy Award of 1945, died at the age of 81. Andy Gibb died on this date in 1988 at the age of 30, was a British singer, songwriter, performer, and teen idol, Bee Gees, I Just Want to Be Your Everything, and he succumbed to myocarditis. What is myocarditis? Let's check that out here real quick. It is the inflammation of the heart muscle. Pericarditis is an inflammation of the outer lining of the heart. In both cases, the body's immune system causes inflammation in response to an infection or some other trigger. So not good. We also have, who else died to date? Blah, 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 blah. Hubert D. Givenchy, 2018. French fashion designer Audrey Hepburn's LBD, and founder of Givenchy in 1952, died at 91. And that shall conclude the show. Once again, you can check the underbar of the description for any links you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. For your dose of past events daily, we stream every day at 10 in the morning Pacific time, which is 11 Mountain, 12 Central, and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give about an hour or so on the other platforms for the uploads to be put up there. Anyway, until you see us tomorrow, I am Aoxander, and I was joined by... who is Alice, who is currently at work. So, anyway, and you, of course, are you, and until you see us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!